Hello, Love Goddess. Welcome back to a recording of a Love Goddess podcast where we tap into our feminine power, into our erotic identity, into our confidence, into our sexuality, and embrace the Love Goddess within ourselves. Today and this week, we have been discussing the subject of irresistible lifestyle, what it means for me, what it means for you, what it means for everyone. We all define what irresistible lifestyle means for us. I have been sharing my personal take and perspective with you on what irresistible lifestyle is for me, and I've been giving you little areas of improvement. How can you improve your lifestyle in those areas of your very own life? And today specifically, we will be talking about luxury. And I'm going to give you my perspective on luxury, and you define that for yourself. Before we start, I want to remind you that you don't need to settle for average woman in your life. You can become epic. You can become magnetic. You can become irresistible. You can go from gray duckling into irresistible love goddess in your very own life. You no longer need to sit in a corner and feel that you are suppressing your feelings, emotions, opinions, even desires to dress up nicely or colorfully because you believe that other people will judge you. Guess what? They're already judging you anyway. And you can make a decision to no longer settle for what other people might think about you and step into your most amazing version of yourself that is authentic, that is colorful, that is epic, that lives her life to the fullest, that has amazing sex life and amazing marriage and passionate relationship and beautiful lifestyle that is irresistible. I have developed my very special program called Lovegodesss Academy, which is a 12-month group coaching journey with me. You can learn about Love Goddess method that I teach. That is a 4-step process to embody your inner love goddess. And you can start your journey by going to katyamelvin.com/academy to get started. And today we are talking about luxury lifestyle. What that means for me, what that means for you, what that means for everyone, right? Again, everything that I touch, it is subjective. There's no rule about luxury. Like, you either love it or you don't love it. Either you care for it or you don't care for it. Either it's important to you or not important to you. I do believe, like, for me, luxury is not as important as it is for other people. I believe that a lot of people using luxury and paying for luxury simply because they don't have inner self-esteem established and they are looking for that outside validation, as in, look at me, I'm wearing $3,000 Louis Vuitton backpack. Look at me, I'm wearing red soles. Like, I am special, I am cool, I am in a cool girl club. I validate myself. I personally don't need to validate myself through luxury goods. However, here is another perspective for you. Rich people use luxury goods like Hermes bags that cost $20,000 and $30,000 per bag as an investment opportunity, because over the years, those have proven, and if you are into that, you can also get started, but those proven to either keep their value or grow in value. That's why vintage Christian Dior dress may cost 10 times more than what it cost before at its time, right? So Rich people are not obnoxiously like showy off. They are smart for the most part because they use their money in the smart ways, and that's why a lot of rich people, by rich people, like, you know, there's also a definition to rich, like at what level you consider rich, right? Where is that definition? Anyway, a lot of them are self-made. A lot of millionaires are not inherited. They're self-made. These are smart people who have most likely built their business or built their empire from scratch, and they know how to work the money. They invest wisely, including luxury goods. Therefore, luxury goods market is a special collector market on its own, and it is something that holds value. So most people who are into collector's market for luxury goods know full well that it is an investment opportunity that's going to bring return on investment. So that's another perspective for you. That perspective was not here just a year ago. I always thought, like, the perspective that I have shared with you in the beginning, that luxury goods are just a show-off opportunity for someone who doesn't have a big self-esteem. Well, in some cases it's true, but in other cases, not so much. I'm giving you both of those perspectives, and I'm going to share my opinion. For me, luxury goods is not important. I don't care. Like, yeah, sure, I can wear a beautiful dress. I'm not gonna work 3 jobs and save for it. I'll take it as a gift. You know what I mean? So to me, it's just not important. I'm not gonna intentionally, it's not gonna motivate me to earn money. Travel would. Christian Dior dress wouldn't. It doesn't matter for me. For me, it's not important. For me, and we as people give value to what we give value. When I was starting a luxury photography business, my mentor taught me that photography, if you go to Mom's group and there is a photographer advertising their free mini sessions or mini sessions for $100, well, that's commodity, right? My mentor taught me that I am luxury because that what allows me to charge premium pricing on my photography services, because I provide luxury service to the client who is seeking the luxury service, and providing luxury goods to the client who is seeking luxury goods. That's why the market is so big and wide. The market for a $100 photographer and a market for a $10,000 photographer. 2 different markets. People who are buying Louis Vuitton are not going to go and buy a bag from Walmart. People who spend money on big yachts and vacationing in those kind of environments are not going to go to all-inclusive resort in Mexico. Those are completely different markets. And for a lot of people who are identifying as buyer of luxury goods, buying and paying that premium price or buying that premium quality product puts them into mindset of, I'm a luxury buyer. I am reconfirming my identity of a higher society. I am reconfirming my identity of a higher luxury goods buyer. I'm not someone who buys commodity, but I am someone who pays premium to get the best of the best of the best of the best. That's the mindset shift. Also, in your very own, like how you... that also reflects on you, like how you position yourself. Is your value, like self-value, high enough that you can spend that much money on yourself? Or are you saying, oh, I'm okay, I can be satisfied with this bag because it does the same thing, but it like costs a fraction of what this cost, right? That reaffirms your self-value. You are saying to the world that you will be satisfied with less. You will be satisfied with being underpriced. You will be satisfied with being undercharged, right? And is that the identity that you want to reconfirm? Is it? Or is that the identity that you want to grow out of? And so me coming from commodity upbringing where my parents would literally dissolve dishwasher detergent with water for it to last longer, into now having opportunity to invest at bigger level, it is still a mindset shift that requires a conscious decision. Do I stay here and still buy cheap? Do I transition to like mid-market, which is kind of like vanilla, like you are no one. If you're in the middle, you're no one. You're not cheap, but you're not expensive. Be freaking expensive. Be expensive. Have expensive tastes. And because money is a renewable resource that I teach you in the Lovegodesss Academy, you can afford this or that, right? For me personally, luxury brands don't have that value that I am ready to invest for them. Doesn't mean I am bad of opinion of them. I do believe that's a premium product that if I like something really, really bad, and if I decide I'm done with my vacations now, I'm bored, I've explored all of the world, I am ready to invest in first class seat on a plane or, Dior dress. To me, right now, it's not a priority. I spend my money and I put my value in a different place, but that does not mean in the future I wouldn't. And the crazy and cool thing nowadays is that we are a marginal society. Like, we now decide what we give value to. Some people might wear this really fancy designer dress, but her shoes are from a thrift store, right? It is really now a matter of a personal opinion and personal value. And if you are if you want to position yourself as someone who is as of high society, who is hanging out with the higher circles, you gotta dress the part. To be accepted, you got to value what that level of audience values, and you gotta speak their language, and you're gonna live their life by the values that they live their life, right? If it's not important to you, which for many people it's not, then do you. Like, I'm teaching you to be authentic to who you are. That's why I am not wearing designer dresses, and sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't, and sometimes, most of the time I don't. And sometimes I do because I love the dress, or I want to feel special for a certain event, and I want to feel expensive for certain events. It's the feeling that experience gives me, and it becomes about the experience. Same thing about fancy restaurants and foods, right? Some restaurants are there to give you food so you fill your belly, and some restaurants are there to give you an experience that is connected to food, right? And sometimes it's theatrical experience. You pay for the experience, you pay for feelings, you pay for the extra part that you can't get anywhere else. That's what makes luxury goods luxury, because they're custom. That's why people pay premium for additional feeling, services, features that a certain product has. Again, you do you. You do what you value. A lot of people who are coming from poor mindset or growing up in from poor environment would have negative perception of rich people and luxury goods, and they would have somewhat of an opinion that I used to have, that's just a show off. And for average Joe, the reason why I'm saying it's to show off, because a lot of people who have luxury goods wearing fakes because they can't afford luxury. People who truly have luxury goods, they're not doing it for a show off. They're doing it because they belong to a certain circle. They're doing it because they value the quality. They're doing it because they can. They're doing it because of the investment, right? But your average Mary Smith from apartment number 32, who decides to wear her Chanel scarf and her Louis Vuitton bag going into the airport with her fake Louis Vuitton bag and fake Chanel scarf, is the one that's showing off. That's why, in my opinion, that kind of like mentality is more of a lower mentality for people who can't afford it. True people who can't afford it, I respect them, but if you can't afford to buy the real thing, don't do the fake thing. Like, that's my perspective. Don't do it. Just accept who you are. You don't need to pretend. A lot of times, people who know their stuff can quickly spot that it's fake. Don't attempt to show someone, the world, or validate yourself through trying to belong to this or that, and you can't, and you're wearing the fake stuff. It's just not cool. It's just not cool, in my opinion, right? You can value your own, you can have your own opinion, but in my opinion, you shouldn't do it. So, that is luxury, right? That is luxury. You value, like, luxury is so subjective, and you identify, you give that your own definition. If you identify with being someone who is a luxury woman, who values luxury, who invests into luxury, go for it. Do the real thing, not the fake thing. If it's not important to you, then don't do it. And embrace yourself fully where you at. And maybe you'll grow into it, and maybe you won't, and that's okay. You do you. That's what's important. You can't take it on the other side when you die, anyway, right? And with that, my love, I want to remind you that you too can become a love goddess in your life. Lovegodesss Academy will be enrolling, so go to katyamelvin.com/academy to start your journey into your own love goddess with me. And with that, I will see you next week. Thank you for watching. Ciao.